before we get into the fights, do you want to talk about the feud between Golden Boy and Ryan? I didn't understand how I can sue you and force you to fight.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Yeah, what was that about? 'Cause every time I think of a situation like this, I go back to Mikey Garcia.
Yeah.
Where he just Mikey set for a long time, man. I don't even know.
Because that's the only thing you can do. You sit out your contract.
And I think Ryan's in a position where he got the money where he could sit out and he has the age.
And I know you didn't want to talk about this, but I'm going to touch on it anyway. T.O. and his situation. Just because you retire, T.O. doesn't mean you're out of that contract. So if T.O. announced his retirement, I'm done, and then next year he wants to come back. If he still got 6 months left on that contract, he still got 6 months left with Top Rank. It's how
boxing contracts is more of years or more of fights?
Depends on the contract. Look at what Canelo is doing. We're hearing that he's signing a three fight contract with PBC. There's no time limit on those 3 fights.
Okay.
If he get injured in his first fight, he can still fight. He can't fight in 2 years. He can't fight under another banner because he's still got 2 fights left with PBC.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So there's differences. Canelo is a special case.
Yeah.
He's gonna fight. Yeah. He's gonna sign a fight contract, and you're gonna pay him for a fight contract. But for most fighters, especially with Ryan Garcia, they spent so much time putting in money into investing in him, promoting him, all those things, paying people you got to make all that back. You know what I mean? So it's funny because you my boss. Yeah. I'm mad at you, but I still got to show up to work. The best thing I can do is tell you, yo, I'm coming in at such and such time. Don't bring your ass. Don't be there. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then if you want the business to work, you're not going to show up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's going to get to that point where they're going to be dead silent with one another, Golden Boy and Ryan, that is. And then, but at some point, if he still wants his career to go and move, he's got no choice but to do it under Golden Boy right now.
So with boxing contracts, it's like the promotion company, they could drop you anytime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed
There's
that.
always a clause for the promoter.
Yeah.
There's always that clause. If you lose 2 fights, we can drop you. You know what I mean? If you lose 1 fight, we can drop you. You know, if you've been inactive and you're wasting our time, we could drop you. But you're never gonna drop a King Ryan. And you're never gonna let a King Ryan just go.
How many fights you owe Al Heyman?
No, hold on. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
He's talking about being retired.
So let's make sure we cut that out.
Oh, for real? For real?
No, but you know what I mean?
I got you.
But it's the same thing. Like if I came back to the boxing world, like it's under the PBC banner.
That you still have a couple fights.
Absolutely. It's under the Heyman banner. Yeah, you're right. So, you know. But that's how it goes.
I see something totally different, but all right, whatever.
But that's how it goes.
Okay.
And when you look at Golden Boy saying, hey, we'll just sue you. Yeah, it can be done. We can sue you. But it's the same thing as if Ryan wanted to buy himself out of his contract. But what they're going to do is they're going to price it so high. He's like, you know. Look at King Ryan. If he look at everything and says, yo, they're charging me $2 million to get out of my contract, which is realistic. That's a realistic number. But he looking at everything he got outside of boxing. He's like, yo, I can make all that back in 2 years. Boom, let's do it. Yep. And the same thing with T.O. The reason why I touched on T.O. is because you don't see very much noise from Top Rank about what's going on.
Yeah.
Because they know, hey, there's nothing you can do about it.
Because with Floyd, I guess I heard Floyd bought himself out of his contract. Mikey, I'm not sure if Mikey waited.
And I don't know how it ended, but Mikey waited. I ended up waiting like almost like an entire year, and then on top of that, ended up buying myself out of my contract with my promoter as well.
If you could give advice to Ryan Garcia, what would you advise him if he has the money?
What I just said, if you got the money. Okay. Go ahead. It's better to spend that and get back in the ring than wait on it. Fight in the courts. Now you spend the money on things that and Golden Boy is just gonna drag it along anyway.
And coming from a person, a lot of people say, you got it, spend it, Shawn. It don't matter how many millions you got, it hurts, bro. People don't understand. Like I know people at home, just spend it. It don't matter how many millions.
Bruh, I'm not even gonna say how much I paid to get out of my contract, but what I did lasted probably 4 to 5 years.
The effects afterwards?
The effects of me emotionally. and mentally
but
with
giving up that much
what I went through, having to wait a whole year to fight, how much money I had to pay to get out of the contract, me not truly understanding that. And that's another thing, the fighters, we don't understand. And I mean, not to make this about mental health and things like that, but there's so much coming at professional athletes, and in the boxing world where there's so much coming at us, but we aren't given someone who's gonna explain it to us, and we have to go and seek that information. We got to pay for the information that we need to get. You know what I mean? Coming into it, you're not saying, hey, listen, we got somebody we're gonna set you up with, and they're gonna explain everything to you. When you're comfortable, come back to us. We'll talk. When you're comfortable, sign it, and we'll move forward. Just here, let us know when you're ready. And then once it's signed, it is what it is. Now he's going to have to pay money for people to give him the information that he needs. Now he's going to have to pay money to be represented in court and things like that just to get out of this contract. Yeah. And it takes an emotional toll on you. It takes a mental toll on you, and you got to perform. And especially in the situation, sometimes you got to perform overnight. Yeah. I got in my contract. I think I was in the ring like 2 months later. And I was this close to getting a job. And I was eating gas station food, you know what I mean? And I wasn't going home because I was mad at my dad. And it's so much, you know what I mean? So the best thing you could do, man, is you hope that Ryan is riding this the best way that he can. I think T.O. did it wrong by coming out on Twitter and basically just saying, hey, this is what I'm going to do. Obviously, we've seen King Ryan do it as well, but I got a good feeling that I know personally that King Ryan has a team around him. Yeah. I mean, a legal team, not just a team of friends and family that's looking at. He got a team of legal people around him, a team of individuals who are helping him navigate through this. You know what I mean? So that's what I want for T.O. too. I want him to start navigating through this sensibly and not just giving up the belts. And then once you realize, hey, I got to go back to fighting, you coming back with nothing.
Both guys right now, stars in this sport.
Stars.
And I understand. You're like, you're more on, don't miss this moment.
Yeah.
But you're also more on like, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I can see both sides of that.
Yeah, you see both sides of it. I think the main thing is that the fighters got to learn how to protect themselves, and not just like you have to protect yourself all the way around. You know what I mean? You can't be like we were on the line with Rigaroo last week, and he said, I asked him about, hey, how you feeling about the response of your fight? I'm not on Twitter right now. I'm not on social media right now. Gotta stay off that social media. It ain't nothing but attacks.
Yeah, when my team loses and like the words and stuff, I stay off social media.
Yeah, I mean, look at me. You said,
hey, when you lose, I don't. It don't hurt me that I be on social media like that. They killing my brother.
Oh, bump that.
But you know what? You get a lot of love. But it's not like that.
But I'm about to point something out to you.
What?
You said that they was on our comments talking about my hair always being busted. My hair been done every single week ever since that.
No, that was somebody personal called me.
Oh, that was a person?
Yeah, I was like,
I thought it was on the comments.
Hey, you are.
Hair been done every week, every since.
I was like,
every Saturday.
His hair never done. I said, Shawn Porter. He's like, yeah. I'm like,
but you talked about it on the podcast. And ever since then, the hair been done.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Hey, if up and coming fighters want to reach out for you for advice on contracts,
they don't.
You been there? What you mean? What you mean? You don't want you don't get no advice?
I tell everybody that I meet, you got anything you need help with, let me know.